Yo, what's good? Big Z here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make this huge sounding track. So the song is called Wow by Tiesto. It just came out. It's a classic big room EDM track, but I'm okay with that because the bass sound is so cool and it was a lot of fun to remake. All the Serum presets and MIDI files will be linked down below. So the bass really consists of two layers. Here's what they sound like. There's a high layer, and then a low layer. So this high bass layer is the main part of the drop, so let's get into how it's made. In Serum, it's just a saw wave with one singular voice, but all the magic is in the effects section. Here's what it sounds like without effects. And here's what it sounds like with effects. So first of all, I have this hyper section with the mix all the way up with one voice of unison and the retrig checked. And what that does is give the sound a totally different character. Gives it a lot more of a grittier, distorted feel. And speaking of distortion, in the distortion section, I'm using this sine fold distortion, which is a pretty nasty sounding distortion, but it sounds cool on this bass. Got the drive turned to about 50%. And the mix turned about 75% wet. After that, I have this Formant 1 filter going on. Just another thing to give the sound a really cool, unique, nasty character. For processing, I'm using the CLA bass plugin to add some compression, even more distortion, and also some chorus. Here's the EQ I have on the sound, cutting off everything below 300 Hz to make room for the lower bass, cutting off some annoying frequencies around 3000 Hz and boosting the highs a little bit. Also, I forgot to show you, down in the pitch bend section, down here, make sure the bend range is set to -5 semitones on the bottom. What that allows you to do is pitch bend different parts of the melody. So you'll notice in this pitch bend section, I've drawn in a bunch of pitch bends to give the bass more movement. So I have the same pitch bend and MIDI going on with the lower bass here, and here's what the low bass sounds like. It might be kind of hard to hear if you're watching on a phone, but bear with me. So this bass is just another saw wave with one voice of unison, nothing's going on with the envelopes or anything. Just in the effects section, there's tube distortion with the drive and mix turned all the way up. Then in the CLA bass plugin, I'm adding compression, more distortion, and some chorus. And here's the EQ I have on that sound, whereas I was cutting everything below 300 Hz for the other bass, now I'm cutting everything above 300 Hz for this bass. Then in the second half of the drop, another synth layer comes in that makes the bass sound even crazier, and here's what it sounds like. So what this layer is a saw wave with 6 voices of unison that's heavily detuned. So in the effects section here, I have the same re-trigger thing going on where I use one voice of unison and turn the mix all the way up and check the re-trigger box. Then below that, I have some tube distortion, but this is also a really distorted sound. So after I'm compressing it in my effects chain, I'm also adding even more distortion with my CLA bass plugin. Then on top of that, I've got some EQ that's cutting off everything below 400 Hz this time and dipping some annoying frequencies around 3000 Hz. There's also some cool things going on with the drums that keep them interesting, and here's what they sound like. So when you put that all together, you get the final product, which I'll play at the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Spotify below to stay up to date with what I'm doing. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.